Hello, Dr. Nicolas. Thank you for jumping on the Crypto Kid podcast. So, what's your background and how did you get into cryptocurrency?
Hi, and thanks for having me. I was
Hmm.
actually involved in the space before even the invention of Bitcoin, and that was actually due to my research interests at the university. So I'm a computer scientist. I did my PhD and postdoc at Stanford University, and my interests are in distributed systems, which is essentially what a blockchain is. The precursor to blockchain existed many years before, and social computing, which is related to human-computer interaction and crowdsourcing. So, as part of my master's thesis, I created a framework for writing smart contracts on fault-tolerant distributed systems. And of course, back then it wasn't called smart contracts and it wasn't called the blockchain, but it was similar concepts. And then, as part of my postdoc, I introduced and taught a class at Stanford University at the computer science department there, the CS359B, which was teaching students how to design decentralized applications on blockchain. And now in this class, students created and deployed multiple functional working prototypes of decentralized applications, but they all got stuck in having people to use them. And that's mostly because many reasons, but user experience related reasons on blockchain back then. But one core blocking point was that before anyone can use any of those apps, they needed to acquire cryptocurrency to pay for the gas fees. Um, Now, at Stanford is also where I got to meet my other founder of Pi, Chen Yao Fan, where she also did her PhD there as well. And it's like our academic career and personal interests that is what truly led to create the Pi network, which we founded at the end of 2018.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And hey, I got a chance to watch a lecture of yours on YouTube. You explaining how blockchain technology works. There's just so much to learn about it. And I really appreciate you taking on that challenge in developing young minds to get involved with the future, especially something that has to do with money governance and law later on down.
Yeah, thanks for saying this. I really try when I try to explain something, I try to look at what is the audience. So when I am teaching to CS students, the audience is more technical. But when I'm trying to explain something that is for the general population, I'm trying to start from really ground zero.
Keep pushing, man. You're doing a great job. Now, we're going to talk about Pi Network and what is unique about Pi Network compared to other blockchains coming out and other cryptocurrencies. What makes you guys different?
Yeah, so so Pi Network is essentially a massive open community with over 35 million engaged members. And this community is powered by Pi, which is the world's most widely distributed cryptocurrency. So this platform that we're putting together is essentially creating a robust, especially accessible ecosystem for three types of people: for users, for developers who are building apps, and for merchants who are using apps. And what makes it different? I would say that we followed a number of uh, non-consensus strategies compared to other cryptocurrencies. Like, for example, we didn't just focus on solving a technical problem. Sometimes you hear things like transactions per second and this and that technical solutions. But we also focused on solving the human problems. So having people engaged, having people on the platform to begin with. Another thing that we did differently is that we don't, our platform is not just focusing on blockchain native applications and nothing else, meaning like DeFi, NFT. Of course, these are possible on Pi, but this is not the only thing that the platform is focuses. It focuses on all types of applications that solve needs for mainstream audience. Let me see. Another different thing that we did slightly different here is that we focused on accessibility and inclusivity through essentially trying to reduce any kind of barriers for people to participate, such as financial barriers and technical barriers. So financially, we don't ask them to pay for anything to acquire Pi. In fact, it's not even possible for someone to do that. You can only mine it on the platform. And technical barriers, they don't need to be computer scientists or have complicated mining rigs at home that are allowing them to mine. All they need is a mobile phone and participate using.
Amazing. Yeah, there's like so many mining farms out there, and it's crazy how much it can damage the ecosystem, in my opinion. And we definitely need more room for improvement in protecting the environment. And that's a great way. And plus, you literally have a computer in the palm of your hand. So, and more people, the phone is so easy to use, a kid could navigate it. So that's just, you're gonna get like 10-year-olds learning how to mine cryptocurrencies and then them making more money than their parents. It's amazing. So what will the KS or KYC solutions help the pioneers? How will it help the pioneers?
So how will it help? And first of all, Pi is from the beginning, we're building it as a fully compliant platform. We're here. Our identities are known,
Mm-hmm.
and we wanted it to, as part of compliance, these services, these networks need to do something called KYC. So KYC is Know Your Customer, stands for Know Your Customer, and it was initially used in traditional businesses. So in this case, in a blockchain, the word customer doesn't make a lot of sense, but I guess we're going with it. So the need for KYC is for compliance purposes, but also for the ability to have a more valuable ecosystem. So if you remember from maybe what is it now, 10, 20 years ago, when social networks started existing, there was a bunch of social networks before Facebook that were all composed of fake users and fake accounts, and every cat and dog had their own profile on the social network. And then Facebook came along, and it was the first one that was saying, no, we want real users. We want real people, real faces, real names. That was unheard of on the internet before that, because everybody was still afraid of putting the real name on the internet. And yet what happened is that it shifted the whole world's mentality, and people started using the internet for a lot more useful purposes. In the same thing now with blockchain, the first generation was, let's use it for anonymity, but that didn't work out very well, and it doesn't produce as useful utility as it would have. And now the second generation is the one that is based on real identity, and actually this is how you're able to create true useful applications on top of blockchains. Now Pi created its own KYC solution. I'm happy to tell you about it as well. But
Yeah, I remember when Facebook was out, and the way that they would weed out the fake users is you had to message like 10 people to make sure that you're actually real. And it was just like such a process, and it was kind of annoying. I didn't like it, but when Facebook came out, it was just so much easier and actually better. So I think blockchain will be better in the future, and as more people get involved with it and start understanding the technology, you'll see a lot more use cases in it. And what was I going to say? Yeah, that's pretty much it. And so, why was accessibility an important factor for developing Pi Network?
well, accessibility is very important. Any successful currency that wants to support a real ecosystem with utilities relies on a large social network, because in order for you to have true utility, you need to have many people recognize the cryptocurrency, and